since that episode. Like, we'll probably put it in the comments when it was that I came to that episode, long before COVID, and woof, even my physical changed from there. I was super slim. I done got a little bit more weight up, and a lot from what I was doing at the time has changed to what I'm doing now. So, a lot.
And that's why I'm wearing your brand right now. You know what I'm saying? You sent it to me because you saw something that I was doing, and you was like, "Yo, this is your badge. You made it to the next level."
Exactly.
And when I saw it, cause I could be wrong. You probably showed me the logo before and all that, but I didn't remember. So when I saw it, it hit me more. I was like, "Oh shit," cause I already know what it meant. You know what I'm saying? Right. Especially to you. You know what I'm saying? Cause I know you personally. I know the life structure that you made, that you had to change from when you was young. This nigga, he right here. I could talk in front of him. Yeah. I'm sitting in the gym. I think this was 8th grade. First day of school, this nigga walked out. I said, "Yo, what up?" Nigga said, I'm big blood now. I said, "Nigga came home." That nigga was on it. He was just on his always on his own wave. That's why I fucked with my son Lou. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was always like, yeah, I'm gonna do my thing. You know what I'm saying? But like, I think it was just me and him, like, that we was like cool. It was something that made us connect. You know what I'm saying? So that's it, man. I fuck with you heavy. I love you. You my brother. You know what I'm saying? So when you showed me the life structure shit, I was like, damn, that's fire. So let's get into that. Let's talk about that and tell me, like, what sparked the idea in the brain, and around what time was this? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
Cool. So yeah, this the whole brand life structure shift was developed last year. Like late November, around there, before the new year popped up. And it was pretty much because, like I said, a lot of things changed from what I was doing before. I was in construction. I was traveling a lot to my country. And then we had COVID, where I thought the world was like about to be a wrap. And then after that, kept traveling or whatever. I got back into construction, and then I got into trading. So once I got into trading, like, I was in a couple discords and stuff like that. And as I kept learning,
stocks and shit, right?
Yeah, stocks. Like, I started with like options and stuff like that. And it all happened because of one video last year, back in like March. One video, because all it takes is one video to shift your whole direction in your life. Like, I saw that one video and finally understood what options are. And so basically, just a short little detail, options are pretty much, you can buy calls to bet that the stock is going to go up, or you buy puts to bet that the stock is going to go down. And for some reason, that couldn't click for me until that video.
Okay.
For years, because I was always like buying stocks, investing, and doing different things.
So in the beginning, when you was doing that, right, and you didn't see this video yet, you used to bump your head like, why am I only getting to this level?
Right. I didn't understand that. I was just into, you buy a stock, you sell, you buy low, you sell it high. That was pretty much what I was doing. And I had like a portfolio and stuff like that of said companies that we already use. So I was like, why not just buy stock? So that was my approach up until that video. Once that video hit me, everything clicked. That gentleman, I was like, wow, he explained it. Finally, I understand options. Cool. And then from there, I went down a rabbit hole, and then I got into trading, joined the Discord and stuff like that. And what happened was, while I'm trading, and I still am to this day, I realized that I had to make a change outside of the charts on the computer. I had to realize, like, yo, I got to make a shift. And the way that it was developed was in stocks, right? There's a term, and I have this on my IG, where it was birthed. There's a term when a stock is going down and then it starts to go back up. To keep it simple, that is considered a market structure shift. So me joking around in the Discord that I was in, I was like, man, this trading crap is no joke. Like, and I'm watching my profanity, because that's another thing we'll get to. But I'm like, yo, this trading stuff is no joke. You really have to make a life structure shift. So it was a play on the whole market structure shift. And the positive sign, that's not a religious thing or anything. That just means positive to the upside. You don't want a negative. You don't want a life structure shift negative. So from there, that's where it was developed. I was like, yo, I got to make a shift. And what does that mean? Your habits, your eating, your routine, you're going to bed, just staying up at night, watching Netflix. Like, all of that had to really change in order for those things to reflect on the craft, because trading is very difficult. But if you can manage to do that shift, things start to flow into the chart. Okay. So that's where that was developed from. And then the logo, shout out to Jorge Peniche, rest in peace Nipsey Hussle. He was the one that designed it. So I reached out to him via Instagram. I told him, yo, I want something like this, the all money in logo. I love it. Can you give me something like that? And this is what he created for me. And man, it's a statement. Me wearing my own stuff and giving it to my man right here and my other friend up top in Bushwick. Like, I give these pieces out to people that are making that shift. Because my man is walking. He's drastically changed his ways. He's doing 15K walks, 10K walks. I told him this morning, yo, you training for a marathon or something? You're going to be doing 50K walks? Like, you know, so that's pretty much what it means in small terms.
So what year was that?
That was last year.
That was last year.
Yeah, so what because, yo.
We're in 24.
Right,
going
so 23.
Into 25.
So, like,
23.
Thanksgiving 23.
So, overall, what was your 23 like?
Okay, so
it was a lot of downs or a lot of ups?
No, it was cool. It was cool. I was working. I was installing dishwashers at the time for Home Depot.
Yeah.
So I was working, doing my thing, and then around the summertime, that's when that video clicked.
Yeah.
So I started to dive into like, yo, I don't really want to be doing this anymore.
Yeah.
I want to start making money with this.
Yeah.
So that's when I dived into that craft.
So for me, right, I could remember watching you at a point where when you was posting like how I'm posting, where you was posting every day and you was putting like the days.
Right.
You and your brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
And something happened with him, he fell off a little bit and you was like, I gotta continue for him and me now, you know what I'm saying? And you was continuing, so that shit like left an imprint in my mind. One, right? Just one, right? And then like towards the end of 22, going into 23, my audience know this. I broke up with my long-term girlfriend, and that shit left me super depressed, right? I wasn't eating, I wasn't doing nothing, right? But then I was like, damn, I'm losing weight in a bad way.
Right.
Like you said, a net negative. Right. So I'm like, that's not good. So let me get my shit together, at least mind-wise. I went to therapy. Then I got a job, which is like 8 blocks away from here, right? So I would walk to work, walk home for lunch, walk back for lunch, and walk home from work. And my watch was just picking it up, and it was like, yo, you walk 5,000 steps today. So I was like, Then I lost the job, and I was like, yo, I don't want to fall into a depressed state again, right?
Right.
I started working out, bro. And I ran into an OG here. I told him what I was doing. I was like, yo, I'm struggling. I'm trying to do 100 this, 100 that a day, push-ups, sit-ups, and lifts. He was like, yo, do me a favor. Break it down to 50 or 25.
Exactly.
Till you feel like, oh, I could go up 15 more. Boom, boom. Now I'm at 250 push-ups, sit-ups, curls with my dumbbells, you know what I'm saying? 16,000 steps, you know what I'm saying? But like you said, that's not the only thing that changed for me. It's habits now. I go to sleep at 9:45 now. Nice. I wake up at 4:45. You know what I'm saying? Give myself some time to wake up, throw cold water on my face, go on my walk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then eating habits changed.
Right.
I don't eat no red meat. I don't eat meat at all. Pause. Right. I probably eat chicken, grilled chicken with some greens on my plate. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like when I get munchies, because you know I smoke a lot. Nigga, I spend like $50 on fruits.
Gotcha.
Because I get a crunch from my green apples for the chips. I get the sweetness from the mangoes and the oranges. So the grapes feel like gum or something.
Replacement.
It's a mental thing,
bro. Exactly. So for me during that year, like what happened with the life structure shift was where I had to like start working on like, you know, I was already doing certain things, but it's just more about like tightening it up. That's really what it was for me. I wasn't 100% perfect because I was always doing the green juices. I love my green juices. That doesn't stop. That's been on brand for me since like 2018. And the way I got the juices was because my brother was heavily into training. And I told him, I'm like, yo, I'm feeling weak, bro. I got no energy. So what he said, he's like, yo, you got a blender, NutriBullet, whatever? I was like, yeah. So he was like, you got spinach, whatever, get some spinach, water, and whatever greens you got, throw a fruit in it and whip that up and pop that back and then holla at me. I called him back an hour later. I was like, yo, I feel good. I feel tight. And he was like, yeah, that right there, that's my little secret sauce right there. So ever since he put me on game to that, like, that's automatic for me. So, you know, from long ago, I've been very cautious as far as, like, what I'm consuming. Here and there, you'll slip up. But you want to keep those positive habits because while you're digesting those things, you drink those juices and all of that, and you could slip up here and there. Those juices help your body release that, you know, when you go to do number 2. Because that's reality. You know, a lot of us men are going through certain diseases and stuff because we're not properly going to the restroom
intaking to digest.
Exactly.
You got to properly intake to digest.
Right. So look, I'm gonna tell you, if y'all watching and you might, I don't like the taste of it, man. Don't worry about none of that. Just worry about what it's gonna do, the benefits
you're gonna love,
and the results are gonna be amazing.
Yo, I wake up every morning, Lou, and I'll be like, nah, I'm going back to sleep, bro. But then my body is like, bro, this is what we do now.
Exactly. This is what we do. And the days that you don't do it, you're regretting it strongly.
The next day I double up, nigga.
Exactly. So, you know, the whole life structure shift is not just like for me, it's not just about the trading. It's outside of the trading.
Yeah.
Everything as far as like, am I writing down my to-do list? Am I taking care of certain tasks that I need to be doing and taking care of people and reading? And, you know, you got to lock into your own little world. And as we started from the beginning, nobody else matters. I'm here to tell you, viewer, nobody else matters. If you're concerned in your life right now about other people's opinions, they don't matter. I had to realize that. They don't matter at all, bro. Nobody, like for you, we're both here. I don't matter, Notch. You the one that wakes up and gets to it.
Yeah.
I'm the one that wakes up and gets to it. So this is a you versus you route. And basically this brand for me is when I see it laying around my house and I'm slacking, because you're not 100% all the time. You're not, because you're going to burn out. When I see the logo, I'll be like, oh, man.
That's a memento to get you back up.
I got to do things.
That's an energy booster like the drink. You know what I'm saying?
It's the same thing. That's what this symbol represents for me.
Yeah. I started doing that. That's why I put my past stuff up like that. You know what I'm saying? So I could see what I did and be like, yo, that was a big event.
Exactly.
You did that. You could do that.
Exactly.
Somebody told me you stack 1,000, you could stack 10, nigga.
Easy. Yeah, like you said though, you said it clearly as far as like with the push-ups. It's when I go to the park, because I go to the park as of now, because you don't need a gym membership. That's another thing that holds a lot of people back. You don't need none of that. You need you. You need to just get up and work towards it in small increments. I go to the park. I started with 5 push-ups, 5 dips.
I started with 1.
And I could, like, because I was like, man, before I could, in pull-ups, I could rip them out before, 25, 30 in one set, but now I couldn't. So you have to build that up. You have to start small. So whatever it is you're doing, even if it's like chores around your house, start small. Make a list and then start small, and you'll start seeing that compounding effect works. Einstein was the one that said that. That's the 8th wonder of the world. Compound. He who learns it gains from it. Who doesn't pays it. So that's like, I might have said it wrong, but look that up, and it's pretty much like you just get smarter with it slowly. 2 push-ups. Next week, 3 push-ups. Following week, and you just focus on your time. Stop worrying about what other people. Oh, you can only do 2 push-ups. Yeah, that's what I'm at. Like, what should it matter to you? And that's what we're stuck in right now. That I notice a lot. And that's why I preach to you, to my boy, and my family, and people close to me. I'll be like, yo, we can't be worried about what other people is thinking right now, because that's holding a lot of people back. That's holding Cardi B back, because she's worried about what people think. Yo, just whip up 10 joints, put them out there,
everybody
and let it go.
It.
I never really tuned into her music, but I know who she is, because that's just not.
You know
I
how
know
audience gonna love it.
Yeah, I know music, so I know she's in that commercial field. And right now she wants to get that same type of vibe when she first blew up. I remember when she first blew up. I was like, what the hell?
It's not going to be the same.
That Bodak and all that. Like, I remember, like, I've lived through all these times. But she's so high right now that she thinks that she's going to come back down. Nah, man. It's trials and tribulations.
Can't be scared of that.
You can't.
Mike Tyson got knocked out.
Bro, I done had a lot of failure, bro. During the pandemic, bro, I was like, what is this? What's going on?
What kind of life is this?
Part of my family was in DR at the time.
Yeah.
Like my wife and my stepson was over there, and I'm over here. So I'm like, yo, like, are they really not gonna let us travel? So like, you know, you go through certain things, but look where we are now. We here. We survived it. We survived it, and now we have to just, you know, be appreciative of the times that we have. Like, because not every day is promised. And when I see news like hip hop, because, you know, I love hip hop. I love hip hop, and I'm a
gotta
like,
pay attention.
I got
to
opinions, and I know who's nice, who's garbage, and I let like I don't, and whatever your opinion is towards that artist, we might have different opinions. It is what it is. But when I see the deaths and stuff like that, like the most recent one, who was that dude that died in his crib, recent from Atlanta? His lady found him. That shit hit me. Oh man, what's his name? I wish we'll get it back. But
I'll get it.
But when I just found, he died like a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Vaughn? I don't know. No, not like, he's one of them young dudes that just passed away, and I was like, no way, this dude just passed, and it hit me. I sat in my car. I didn't know this man, but the fact that I seen him evolve and the age range, I'd be like, yo, that's sad.
I felt like that when XXX
right, like he's of that caliber. XX Pop, when Pop passed, I was like, what?
Pop Smoke,
like Nipsey again, because that's around the time when we recorded.
Young
Nipsey
Dolph.
passed, Young Dolph, and the most recent dude that just passed, I forgot. He had a huge influence. He used to record with Young Dolph.
You talk about Rich Homie Quan.
Rich Homie Quan.
Like
Bro, I was like,
that was like in our 20s when he was hot. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, so these things is like, you know, it's shocking when those things come in. Like, you know?
What you saying when it's like what people want to pay attention to, the ignorant shit, that shit hurts. Cause like we should be celebrating Nas right now.
Right.
Crazy. Cause of what he's doing. But we into Diddy did what?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We understand what happened there. Cool. Let the justice system deal with that. But like what you saying, like you need to celebrate more of the positive shit. Cause I was just watching a conversation with Umar Johnson, Dr. Umar.
Dr.
He was on a podcast with somebody, and they had asked him if hip hop has done more.
I saw when you talked about that. Yeah, I saw that.
I think hip hop done a lot of good. You know what I'm saying? But it does do a lot of bad.
I kind of understand his point. He just didn't know how to say it properly. Yeah. Cause the way I view it is like, it influences a lot of negative, but we don't have like a place. That's pretty much what he was trying to get to, but he couldn't articulate it properly. And I'm not going to be the one here to try to give an opinion.
Yeah.
But I understand how, like, what he means. Like,
yeah.
I know that a lot of people do things behind the scenes, and all these big, rich people, they do certain things. But then at the same time, the youth, the blueprint that they got is to go get the chopper. Let's go crazy.
But Lou, where you get it from? It got to be prior generations that you pick shit up from.
But that's what hip hop is being promoted right now. But this is a bigger conversation because these big companies.
But where I could rebuttal to Dr. Umar, you know what I'm saying? It might not be the best thing in the world, and it might not be the most organized shit in the world. Mm-hmm. But we do have a hip hop museum in the Bronx that was built by hip hop artists.
Cool.
So that's physical.
So we need more of that.
Tangible thing that you talking about. We need a hip hop school now. But we falling into that. We got certain rappers like Yasin Bey that teach at York University a hip hop course. Yeah. You know
That's
what I'm
saying? There's so much behind the scene that people are doing that I don't want to give.
And people still
a full opinion.
Bro, like,
because I don't know.
I'm 36. What's that? 15 years, 20 something years from 50, right?
Yeah.
Hip hop is 50 years old.
15 years.
15. Hip hop is 50 years old.
Yeah,
it's still
early.
young.
It's early.
It's still young.
But that him saying that, hopefully that in the long run develops to a better thing long term.
It has to, because there's going to be
I know what he's very strategic.
There's somebody that hears that.
Yeah,
there's one person that hears the good message that's coming from that and be like, oh, I see what he's saying.
Yeah, so let's do that. And then they'll do that to prove him wrong.
And that might be an influencer that might be big enough to change.
Exactly.
Like Tupac said, I'm not going to change the world, but I'm going to spark the brain that's going to.
Exactly.
like, to be honest, that's one of my mission statements with the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we joke around and sometimes, you know, a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? But when I do talk real shit, it's just to at least if the video got 26 views, one of them niggas heard that shit and said, "Oh, I could start it. I could do this."
Right, like even whoever's watching this, I'm just here to put you on game as far as like make that life structure shit for you and start with a simple notebook and a pen and just you have to pour out everything that's up here. You got to pour it out so that way new things can flow into that. That's one thing that I've noticed, and I've been doing it for a long time, but now I'm doing it even more and more. The fact of getting a to-do list, boom, 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 and then having a separate journal to write how I'm feeling and all of that, that is very much needed because all you got is you.
Boom, boom.
You got them there.
This one right there.
Exactly. Those are tools. You go down to the dollar store or you got them laying around your house and you start small. Start there. And I guarantee you, if I can inspire one person who's watching this to do that, you'll feel a drastic change in your ways because you're going to, and then when you check off certain things, like let's say your list was pretty simple as far as like do the laundry, pick up such and such from the grocery store, and it can be down to the most smallest thing. Organize my sneakers, organize this, organize my dresser. Once you start doing that and you check it off, you do a line through it and you put a check in there, that brings a lot of satisfaction and you just want to continue to build on that.
Shit makes it reality.
And then when you're not doing it, that list is looking back at you and it's telling you, yo, you need to do this. And you might procrastinate.